Check. Check. Hello, hello. Check. Hello, hello. Might turn the game sound down just a touch. Okay. I think I'm good to start. So, let's do that then. Just 1 second. There we go. Let me see. Street signs legible. Ooh. We're just gonna walk right into someone's house. Safe and warm in here, not like outside. Coal pellets. Ooh. Taxidermy.
Hello, mister.
Actually, I might turn the game sound back up just a touch. Because the people talking are quieter than the menu music was.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
I heard there was a girl here who has armored gloves. Is that you?
Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
And
I
where are the
hid
gloves
them.
now?
The twins were going to take them. They're stupid.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Understand? You can break the castle. It's not very good.
Are you Lillian's
Yes!
daughter?
I am. Little Lily. You know my mom?
Yes, we met
That's
earlier.
nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything.
What's
It's
this?
the grouse.
You might be able to get on Garth's good side if you replace the broken scooter you almost certainly broke.
Can I have it? I know someone who really
Sure.
likes stuffed birds.
I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
What's that
It's
thing you're holding?
Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like,
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Lambie looks
Yes.
soft.
very soft.
Press your cheek
Isn't he
against
soft?
Lambie. Yeah.
Bye!
Goodbye. Good evening, Plasticop. That little girl was very nice. She even told us where quest objectives are. Always nice. Although, why do I feel like it's not going to be so straightforward when we go to investigate the sandcastle? So there should be a sandcastle back here. Is this it?
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Broken.
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
Reach into the catacombs and pull out shiny
give way
objects.
to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
So we are. Before we go like all the way out there, I'm thinking first let's say hi to these kids. What's up, kids?
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
You must be Lillian's
This
twins.
one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lily's our mum.
I already
The
said
stone
that.
kicker laughs suddenly. His head is too large for his shoulders. The other one laughs as well. Maybe there's some kind of reason why they're laughing. An interesting reason, somehow tied to the case.
What are you
The
laughing
boy
about?
stops laughing and looks at his toes. Oh, okay. So now he's shy. Now he's not talking. Just wobbling around like he's afraid of something.
Yes.
Is little Lily your sister? Okay.
Yes.
You guys look
The
identical.
stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
Yeah, I
The
said
boy
that.
doesn't answer.
You're bad with kids.
I am, yes.
Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now?
Bye, kids. Take care. I think calling the children stupid would not do us well for getting to know the mom that is standing in the other direction. It looks like I should be able to click whatever that is, but it's not letting me. So let's check out this. Bottles.
You stop mid-step and put your hand on a garish necktie.
That bottle, Bratan! Just look at that bottle!
Where a
In
bottle of
this
what?
drunk's hand, on the pipe there, glowing blue, a mysterious, otherworldly blue, filled to the brim with holy mysteries. It's hard to know what exactly your vivid interior is speaking of here, but I'm guessing it's got a lot of alcohol in it.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
What do I
think
do
this
next?
is about so much more than cool. Please go talk to him. See what it's about. I'm drawn to it.
So our necktie is saying talk to the drunk. Bring money.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
Who is Abigail?
Abigail, don't you fucking call Abigail.
Abigail is his wife or girlfriend. Chances are she's gone. Calling her wouldn't make it any better or worse. Never thought you'd see such a thing in your life. But this guy's a little too drunk.
Why shouldn't I
He
call
snorts
Abigail?
and beckons you to lean in closer.
Lean in.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail.
Isn't that the lady outside the bookstore? Who are you? What's your
Don't
name?
call Abigail.
Where
The
am I?
man
What is
hiccups,
this place?
then mumbles something unintelligible.
I'm on an important official investigation. I
There's
demand you
no
answer my
use in yelling
questions.
at drunks. He's barely holding it together.
The drunk man starts coughing a really disgusting, hacking cough. He does not sound well at all.
Tell me about your
Don't
friends.
you fucking call her. Hear me? Abigail? Don't.
There was little chance he...
Hey, tequila! Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Shake his hand.
So what's happening?
Wait, tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high concept reality based adventures proceeding?
Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later.
I like this guy. You should too. He respects you by calling you your true name.
Don't know. People tell me I'm a cop. I'm getting used to that.
It's good to hear that you're on top of things. Talking about used to, did you know that I used to be a real mover and shaker? Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom's Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
This guy's your buddy. You feel it immediately. You belong to an organization, a fraternity of drunks.
What do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
Please. Please don't call. Don't call.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out.
Now the audio looks too loud. There, let's try that. Like a happy medium between what it was and what it is now. I also turned it up on my end. Hopefully that'll help me.
So now, it's a pirate's life for me.
What is a tequila sunset? You keep saying it.
It's you. Your Tequila Sunset.
How do you know this?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
Maybe?
Maybe. You look like you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be. You look like you want to hear the tale.
Tequila Sunset. Something ominous there.
Go ahead.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
Was I alone?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, And it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head, right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
Does that sound like something you'd do? Yeah, probably. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
What happened then?
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
Oh, yes, you do, Bratushka! The only thing better than that is putting the pedal to the metal after you kiss the tie. And off we go!
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence, a gasp of silence, if you will, followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs. The time hath come! So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for tequila sunset, the end of all things."
Say nothing, it's more dignified that way.
After which, your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice.
Your hands cramp on the steering levers.
We ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole tequila sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
Tequila Sunset, huh? Sounds pretty
Yeah.
good.
I agree.
How long did we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women. How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
Did I tell you anything about specific
You were
about
pretty
this
vague
person
about
that
it,
effed me?
But you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
Please, don't open that door.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Abigail!
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Did I mention losing anything else?
Beside your gun and your badge, you said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Did I say anything about my colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style.
It's more like you were cramping theirs.
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
Did I say anything about the case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
Did we talk about politics?
Yeah, you kept talking about how the coal mine owners were fucking us all over, just like that woman fucked you. I didn't agree with you, by the way. The spectral hand of the market makes sure everyone gets exactly what they deserve.
Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was?
You kept calling yourself a goddamn superstar who'd cleared 501 cases.
As you've already determined, the actual number is just over 200. But what's a little embellishment between friends?
No thanks to the squares at the precinct, as you put it.
I don't need to hear anymore.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
You seem like you're characterized by your storytelling ability. Want to tell me another one sometime?
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum.
Yeah, want to tell me how you became Idiot Doom Spiral?
It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
The gleam in his eyes and the slouch in his posture is so incredibly familiar.
What do you need?
Booze. Did you already forget our party? The thing I relayed to you earlier. So, have you got anything for good old Idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
I've got some sweet Commodore Red.
Classy.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George, but around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual, a founder / junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm.
Go on.
I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
Wait, how many people did you have working for you?
22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours.
Did the jogging help?
It did. With my trusty Sansarique tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit.
What happened?
One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
His eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see. At least, that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
How wet are we talking exactly?
Wet, okay? It was raining really hard. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
Ouch.
Ouch, indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
You gotta be shitting me.
I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office.
Okay, so what happened next?
I rang my neighbors' buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this. So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
Look on the bright side, you got one hell of a story.
Yeah. Maybe I've exaggerated certain parts over the years. When you tell a story too often, it begins to take on a life of its own. But what matters is that it's true to my subjective experience. Anyway, that was all the story one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one.
Why do you keep
Good
losing all your
fucking
stuff?
question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece lycra tracksuit? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of ass. But somehow it all got away from me. Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks.
You of all people should empathize with this. Perhaps this lost jacket is something you could help with?
What's this about a lost jacket?
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my lycra threads, but it did itch a lot less. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila?
Okay, sure, where'd you lose it?
If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? I mean, maybe I was up by the boardwalk, or walking along the beach, or checking out the abandoned fish market.
That's a lot of places.
Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it.
What was the name of your agency?
My agency. Man. The Boom Boom Room. Our concept was combining high art with the lowest forms of marketing. The color red, breasts, and oil painting. I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more high-concept cultural incubator called Thin Air. The artists were happy, the clients were happy. I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic language. But then it all went to shit.
That's so high concept, I have no idea what it
I
means.
know. It was fucking awesome. Until I went on a jog, unleashing a cascade of doom that washed it all away.
What's up with the tracksuit?
What? You've never seen 100% Lycra before? Go on, feel that primo material.
You really shouldn't touch it.
Touch it.
Pretty nice, huh? This might be one of the last of its kind. Should probably be in a museum, honestly.
Good God. It's nearly impossible to describe how dirty this texture is. It's like rubbing two jellyfish skins together. You feel about 15% less human for having touched it. And then there's the smell. But you don't even want to think about that.
Wow, you're lucky. He never lets me feel it.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosie. We're right next to the bay. You could wash them any time.
What about the other drunks?
My fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics? They're exactly what they look like.
Hey, tequila! You want to buy some speed?
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember?
I thought he was a cool cop.
A gurgling sound comes from the direction of the non-responsive man.
And yeah, you're already acquainted with abs. So yeah, that's basically us. We drink together.
Let me ask you about something else.
I'm all ears, Tequila.
You got any more stories?
I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my drift.
I don't have any on me right now.
Cottonmouth is keeping my tongue imprisoned.
Be seeing you. Okay, so we're auto-saving. Good.
Don't call. Don't call her.
Hey, wake up.
There's no waking.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
Good to see you too,
So what do you
friend.
want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
See? There it is, Bratushka! The spirit! Let's buy the spirit! 300 real is a lot, but this has to be done! It's our end game!
This is the mystery and the truth. I need to buy the
This is
spirit.
no ordinary drink. It's what our relationship has been building towards all these years. This is the climax, the mystery, the virginal sigh. That drink is special. You have to buy it from him. Get it off him. Kill him if you have to. Our ultimate fate depends on it. And the fate of many worlds.
The lieutenant looks at you, looking at the bottle of spirits, then at Rosemary, suspiciously.
Why does the bottle of spirits
See,
cost
friend,
300 real?
It's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture.
Let him speak.
You know, it's funny actually.
He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze.
What is?
What?
What do you mean, what? What did you think was funny earlier?
This guy.
Conversation might bring a discount, no?
Where did you get the bottle of spirits
This
from?
is medicinal spirits. The good stuff. got it from the doctor's office.
He ain't shitting you! Medicinal spirits are a blast, Bratan! The flaming truth of this joke of a world!
I got one of those scientific ampules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink. Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go.
That's a good tip. I
It
should
really
remember
isn't.
it.
In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of hell. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing. Those arseholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all. But the
Assholes.
idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead things. Fight 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila! What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7% almost pure alcohol. 2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you want it.
I think it'll prove
3
useful.
real
Yes.
and it's yours, friend. The deal of a lifetime. Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend.
Bratan, I am so proud! Now, whatever you do, don't drink it! This deserves so much more than just regular oral consumption!
The tie is so on the money there. Up the bum it goes.
Okay, right? We're putting it
Who
in the
said
bum.
anything about putting it up there? No! We're gonna put it into a way more special place! So special! Just hang on to it! Keep it safe! Wait for my sign!
Soon. The time will come soon. Have patience, brave one. I'm getting a really dark vibe from this. This won't be pretty.
In the
I'm off.
civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shop.
So, I feel like I should save, just in case. Ooh, +2 interfacing. Just in case. Let's make a new save. That way, if we get the signal, we can do it relatively worry-free.
The worn and beat.
We can sit on benches after we...
What's here? Postcard, Bonot. Dark
It's
red
only
chair.
a red chair. Just a red chair in an empty shack, with what looked like a dusty bow tie on the shelf. Nothing to see here, right?
Where are we?
In someone's abandoned shack. On the coast. In Martinez. In Ravachol.
What's with the red chair?
Nothing. It's just a piece of furniture.
Red paint is peeling off it. Looks like blood, no?
What's with the red
It's
bow
just
tie?
a piece of clothing you've picked up.
He sounds a little worried.
You better not fucking think about ditching me for some shitty cum-stained bow tie! You and I are gearing up for the final showdown that's gonna be off all walls. You wait and see.
Your necktie sounds very scared. Never take it off. Yes, agreed. You should never take your necktie off. Ever.
Alright, let's move. So apparently taking off the necktie is a bad idea, at least according to the weird voices our character hears. So there's stuff we could do with Gart. And oh yeah, there might be stuff to do with the case as well. Let me see here. Oh, and we should probably tell the lady we may have found her husband. I do want to check though real quick. What do our current pants give us? +1 composure. This one gives us +1 to Kingdom of Conscious. So set of tracks, punch clock we can do stuff with.
If he really wants to save the economy, he'd let you pay with the speed. You should go over and ask him about paying for those stylish shades, huh? They'd be even more stylish if you paid for them with net worth. Abort.
Give me the shades you
These
recommended,
are
try 'em
hideous.
on.
What's more, they don't even fit your face.
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy!
They're perfect for concealment.
No, you are definitely not by
You're right, I'm too
Are you
sensible for
sure?
those.
But they look so good on you! You should think this through, officer.
Let me try the conceptualization. Oh!
Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture.
Try
This
them
is
on.
how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster, Harry. Giant, hidden, and strangely tender at heart. All is blue. Alright, but these actually make your vision worse. It's like literally being underwater. Yes, but they also make your soul quiver like jello. So deep.
Wow, officer! You look so cool!
and they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste. But you found them.
Kim, what about these?
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination. It's a case to him.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
I'll take those cool
A
deep
man
blue
who knows
glasses.
his style. Much respect.
So, -1 perception, +1 inland empire. What's my perception right now? 5. So I could afford to take the -1 to have 10 inland empire. Although oh, I see. This is what influences how many of those conversations with my, like, clothing I have.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Let's try it.
No need to.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we tried.
I don't think you really understand.
And there is a Tommy check we can do again.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic.
No, this guy has amazing willpower. Honestly.
That's all for now. Let's go find the lady. Oh, she's still here. How convenient. Wait, hold on. Wait, no! Okay, let's talk about your husband
Right.
again.
What about him?
Does your husband look
Honestly,
like
not that different from you.
he's disco?
Oh, thank God, no. It hasn't come down. Well, he's slightly chubby. What else? He was.
It's his cool jacket. God knows it's too cold to
Dark
run
brown
around
leather
in
jacket
this,
with
but
bright
he
blue inner
refuses to
lining.
change.
I even tried throwing it away once, but. Well,
She's thinking about him out.
When did you last
Yesterday
see
morning.
him?
because we talked.
She turns away from you. She gives you a short nod before returning to her books.
You were right that I'm a
Excuse me?
cockatoo. I went and read up on them just like you said, and I even decided what kind of cockatoo I am.
I
What
don't
do you
know.
want to know?
The most talkative one?
No, I'm the Major
what
Majestic
now?
Cockatoo. The Major Majestic Cockatoo.
You
The most
truly are
impressive
one
one.
strange cop, aren't you? I have a strange cop offering to find my stupid husband.
I'll get going then. So I thought that her name was Abigail. Is it not? What if I go in the bookstore? Is the little kid in there? Can she tell me her name is Abigail? Or am I misremembering that her name is Abigail? There she is.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't.
You just can't win.
What are you doing now?
Math. It's really difficult. Like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess. Oh, I found something while you were away.
What is it?
I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does.
A detective hat?
Yes, just like the one Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more serious with that. Right, I have to get back to my homework now. Before Mum knows.
Okay, bye. See you around. What does the hat do? +1 encyclopedia. I like it. It's just a flat improvement.
Hello again, esteemed officer.
Farewell for now. So I guess we can't get the lady's name, at least not from the little girl. So let's talk to Gart and give him the bird. I guess we could also progress the main plot. Like, it wouldn't hurt. Or I guess the problem with trying to progress the main plot right now is that... Sorry, I'm also going to do this because I think this is like just a free
You see
check
a set
now.
of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Why am I looking at this?
You look.
My vehicle
hard to
drove
say.
through here.
The
There
tire
we
tracks
go.
were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a mess. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rag, and then accelerated straight into the fence. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry.
This is where I started off with my motor carriage.
No wonder the cafeteria manager seemed frustrated when you... Well, you did provide us with a very convenient access point to the crime scene.
I think I got it. There's not much to do with that. I think... Yeah, I guess I'm glad I did that check. Let's see. Let's go in here. I think we might be able to we could try to prove our authority to Hardy. I don't want to... What's the word? I still don't think I want to tell them I found the bullet yet, in case they didn't know about it. And then, like, I don't want the Union having all of that information to work with. So first things first, let's see. Oh, there's 2 people there who were not there previously.
Can I help you?
I found a new bird for the whirling.
What is this thing?
It's no biggie. I thought it would look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop.
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
Goodbye, Gart. We don't have to deal with our bill anymore.
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
I know, it's intentional.
Like undercover?
Well, as far as disguises go, this is one of the best I've seen. I mean, I could swear you're an actual bum.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What you want?
There's something that binds you to him. Some kind of an outfit, maybe. A uniform.
Firefighter's uniform? I don't think he's a firefighter. I'm not going to ask that.
You can...
Kim, who is that guy?
I'm not getting involved.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man.
Okay, see you around.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing?
Wait, your voice, I
Oh, really?
recognize it.
I wonder where.
I lost my badge recently when I called
That's
them to
the where
report
you
missing
remember
in
me
there.
from?
Have a bit of
You
memory
don't
trouble.
say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence. Run.
Hold on. There's a part of me that's like, I should just go ahead and level up this. Yeah, let's do that.
Again? I can't believe...
You
There
know
we go.
what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him.
Tell me the truth, do you know me from somewhere?
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
Another life.
From where? Another
Yes,
way?
from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the... To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
Oh, I know, it's 41st?
Okay, that's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good.
Let's talk more about that hypothetical
Okay.
Station 41. So what would our relationship be in
Let's
this
be
alternate
crazy.
universe?
Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment?
Like partners in crime,
No,
or...
because in this thought experiment, we are police officers in a police station. We don't do crimes. We're not crime bros.
Come on, stop it.
Do you have a crime
Oh,
to solve?
no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work.
This isn't helping.
Who else is in our imaginary
You're not
police
going to
station?
believe this, but police officers. Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting that drink on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lang.
Who is the far-out
Oh,
son
it's
of Long?
you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you.
Want to tell me more about him
Not
or
even
her?
a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth. You are not the son of Lang.
He's trying to protect you from further rough handling, dished out by the sunglassed man.
I can't imagine it anymore.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of compassion in that sadness.
Got some questions
About
for
what?
you. I'm a
You
cop.
don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
Like a megastar?
Yes, a superstar cop. Of course. This again.
He didn't answer your question.
Now will you answer some
No.
questions for me? Why not?
'Cause it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging?
Maybe you don't want to answer questions, maybe you want to hear me say
Actually,
things.
I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want...
Hear that? He wants you. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
Okay, I'm doing this investigation and it turns out he was shot
You think he
and
was hanged as a cover-up? To hide the shooting?
Hey, why am I telling you
I
this?
don't know. Why are you?
Who knows why we do the things we do? Somehow, bouncing those ideas off the man with sunglasses felt calming, like you've done it before.
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it? Okay, why not?
Station
So,
and then
do you know who hanged him?
Not yet.
Yeah, I can see that.
Why am I even
I
telling
don't
you
know.
this?
Oh my god, there's more.
Okay.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right?
I know,
There's
super weird.
something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at. But still.
I was just thinking the same thing. I should just ask if we're from the same
just
station.
cross it off.
Okay. So now will it let me ask him? Are we from the same police
I'm
station?
going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say?
Okay.
Oh.
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of...
I'm going to...
Yeah, probably not.
God fucking
None of this is okay. I was clearly
Okay,
wrong.
so the answer is different. It's like the same no matter what. What about you?
Woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform glances as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
As Lieutenant Kitsuragi explained, a patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
Hold on, you're a patrol
Yes,
officer of the RCM.
I am.
I'm on a murder investigation. Are you the
I'm
cavalry?
definitely not the cavalry.
Is everything all right? Why
I
don't you
don't
want
know.
to talk to me?
I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
Have I wronged you? I've done that to a lot of
No, you
people.
haven't wronged me. It's okay.
Something changes in her. It's pity. Pity comes over her.
Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
So what precinct are you
What
from?
precinct?
Am I from?
fucking deranged lunatic.
Look, something is really bugging me. Are we or are we not from the
God
same
damn
police
it, you
station?
leave her alone. Keep your weird bullshit to yourself and be professional for once, for fuck's sake.
Can I actually help you with something?
Yes, of course. Preposterous. I mean, you would remember if they were, right? Who forgets their squad mates? That's not possible.
Are you with him?
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
You're an asshole.
He's an asshole.
You know what? Maybe we're both assholes.
Please, let's not turn this into another exchange, okay?
Okay, goodbye. Clearly there is something going on there, but I cannot sort of parse what I'm supposed to do about that.
It's you again. What is it?
Authority?
This time it's going to work. You already ruled out the first bad option
That's it.
Did
That's
you
all I got.
already try the gun thing? I hear you're probably right. The others are only there for filler, to make the gun thing pop. I'm afraid it's not what you think it is either.
But I don't...
Easy, Shanks. I want to see where this...
Merely...
The pressure.
Be careful. It's loaded.
Good. Now put it in your mouth.
Thank you. Nothing.
He is grateful to have that gun back on his belt right now.
I'm gonna take off now. Like, that's the thing. I don't want to give him information. So those people at the Whirling. They're probably my former squad mates, but I don't know what I can do with that information. Because the game doesn't seem to want to let me do anything with that information. I could collect stuff from the tear machine. Maybe if I hadn't already found my badge, they would be doing something different. Like I would have an option to talk to them about it. Or maybe I messed up a dialogue choice and now, like, I can't.
The tear machine stand.
Insert your bottles.
Your bottles. Do you know what? To the left. A colorful.
Again, I'm obliged
Whoa,
to inform you that both
vices.
alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
Leave. What about there?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles. Nasal.
Like, there's a lot of stuff here where I'm like, I feel like I should have some extra information somehow, but I don't know how to get that extra information. I'm half tempted though to bump up that Inland Empire by wearing the glasses just to see what it does. I think before I do that, let me check. Wait, what's new in my tools? I don't know what's new in my tools. So, on the map. Oops. The map. There we go. So there is the punch clock. William the net picker. Okay. 1 second, y'all. Let me. I'm gonna have to mute myself real quick.
vigilance of... Yes.
Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day? Oh, sweet Jenny. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
His tone lacks its usual intensity, like he doesn't feel he has the right to speak on the matter.
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4. She was René's first girl back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
And then you stole her from me.
Oh, officer. It already got ugly nearly 80 years ago when the 3 of us were just learning to walk and talk.
You stole her from me.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
We were just boys then. This was different. You, no point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer.
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage, peaceful. René and I were both by her bedside when she...
died. No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back, will it now?
Departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
A quick grimace of pain passes over René's features, but he immediately regains control. His face now a dispassionate mask again.
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry. She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married. Heck, technically, we're both still engaged to her.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries.
Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left. Sweet, sweet. Of course, officer. Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really. No, officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
Respects?
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone impotent in the Union. I just know Evrard. Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to
I just
face
realized
the
I was
sea.
muted the whole time. Oh wow.
The blind leading the blind doesn't even
I
begin to
honestly
describe
don't
it,
remember
is what
everything
he
I
said.
said.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Are you a union member?
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
In many ways?
Oh, yes.
So you're not an actual
Not
member.
in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Evrard keeps me on the payroll, just for the little things.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Weservein. Turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate the socialist rabble, but even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
What are the little things you do for
Writing
Evrard?
work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
What kind of things do you write for him?
Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Evrard and I had these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Thanks, that's all for now.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case...
Bye for now. I think now that we've talked a bunch to his friend...
Vigilance officer?
Really?
What can this old carabinier do for you?
I understood, Jeannie Marie. That's a lot to you.
There's nothing for you to understand here. It is not her death you are investigating.
Were the circumstances of her death in
Absolutely
any
not.
sense unusual?
She died of pneumonia in her bed at the age of 79. This is highly usual.
Where was the photo of you two
Revolution
taken?
Fair of 91 in the Faubourg district. A parade was held to honor Guillaume Le Lion's name day, and the Carabiniers marched in the place of honor.
You looked happy in the picture,
This
smiling.
was the happiest day of my life.
What happened with you, Gaston, and Jean Marie?
I was 22 when I returned from King Guillaume's Akira operation in the south and found my sweetheart in the arms of this wretch. I won her back, but while I was dealing with some issues...
You were like a dark cloud sucking the joy out of every living thing around you. And you hurt her.
Dark cloud. That sounds unpleasantly familiar.
Those days and memories are gone.
The old soldier says nothing, but when his glance quickly runs over Gaston's face, there's an odd look in his eyes.
There's nothing for you to understand here.
Okay.
His face is motionless.
Thank you for your time. So we got some experience out of that conversation, that's all. Never a bad thing. Will that open up a new conversation thing with Gaston?
It is such a pleasure to see you again.
I guess not. So I can't think of anything else to do immediately. Let's head back towards the fishing village area. Oh, I guess I could have quick traveled there. That is a thing I unlocked at some point.
Our tenant, the policeman.
Do you know anything about a lost
What do you
jacket?
want with a lot?
That's an excellent question, man.
One of the
They
drunks lost it
probably
and I
poured
agreed
it
to
for
look for it.
booze and then forgot about it. Are you getting a reward for it at least?
Yes.
Good for you. Can't expect to receive help if you're not helpful in return. A fine arrangement, that. Anyhow, you might ask Lillian if she's seen anything lately. That girl's got a way of attracting lost and broken things.
That's certainly something to say about a person. Ooh, what's this? Let's ask her.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
Idiot Doom Spiral over there needs his jacket. Have you seen it?
Remarkable. That one already lost everything else, and now his jacket too. It's a good thing, too, that he has an actual police officer looking for it. Good old Doom Spiral. Upper management to the core.
I'm just trying to help out a stranger.
That's sweet of you. It really is. I check around the abandoned fish market on the boardwalk. Drunks are inexplicably drawn to markets. Might be why they have such trouble staying in business. If one of them lost something, that's as good a place to start looking as any.
I'm looking for someone else, actually.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Be seeing you. So I'm gonna have to explore the coast more to find a spot. Back here when it snows. Interesting. Is it actually going to snow while we're here, or is that just a bit of lore? Or, I don't know if it would be lore, but no. Dead phone, a smashed receiver.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of chain.
Look at the handset.
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Put 10 cents in and dial a random number.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
I might be what's Pierre like.
It's nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
It gets lonely even when you're with people.
Sure, you're Pierre. Your voice, it's different. There. Chrysanthemum.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
Let's try again.
Calling. Still again. Someone with a masculine voice picks up.
Hello, Gerard speaking.
Change your name.
What are you, like 5? Thanks for calling, asshole.
Phone. Disconnect tone.
Okay. I think we have done enough random prank calls. We can do those on our own time at night. Oh wow, there's like a lot of stuff this way. Okay. Oh, wait, what's this? Is this the jacket?
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad. It's
Take a closer
streaked
look.
with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket, but
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
I think this is the jacket that idiot Doom Spiral guy wanted me
I'm
to find.
sure he'll be thrilled to have it returned.
Filthy jacket gained. Coin operated weight machine. Makeshift roof, excuse me. +2 encyclopedia. -1 perception. Filthy
as
jacket.
you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Man, how did this
It's
jacket
a
get so
sordid, filthy
disgusting?
tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it?
Think
it
about
occurs
it.
to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Okay, but what's the crust
Somehow,
made of?
it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting.
Why did you
Yeah.
think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
Ew.
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This...
Okay, so we lost a morale just for looking at it. Found your jacket.
Ah, tequila. I knew you'd come through. Let me
Give
see.
him the jacket.
What? This isn't my jacket. My jacket was beautiful. This is fucking filthy. What am I supposed to do with this?
I'm sorry, I
I'm
found it
not
like this.
taking a disgusting pile of hobo rags. I may be in either bring it back the way it was before, or find a dump.
You know, despite the guano, it looks like the jacket itself is stain resistant. It may just...
Okay. So we need to clean the jacket. Maybe like a wash basin or something. She's doing laundry.
Our tenant, the policeman. I
Found the
hope the
jacket I was
waves
looking
don't
for,
keep
but it's
you up.
filthy. Could you wash it
I
for me?
can wash it for you. But it's going...
Hell yeah. No, we must run around.
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then. And I must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you take better...
Good one. Alright, Doom Spiral. Here's your jacket, fresh one.
My jacket?
A look of consternation crosses the man's face. He looks at you, then at his bottle, then back at you.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila? Rosemary,
are you
what
talking?
the fuck is Tequila talking?
Aye, that's the jacket you stole 2 weeks ago. From the kid who was making it with his gal on the beach.
That's disgusting. I've never done anything like that in my life. You're both delusional. Found. That's medium concept stuff.
I'm calling it. It's neurological.
You're lost. I'm keeping
That
the jacket
shit
for
is
myself.
so medium concept, I wouldn't touch it with a stick.
It's an okay jacket, if you are into that look.
Be seeing you.
Okay, let's step aside. I've been meaning to have a little chat with you about your sense of style.
My style? What about it?
I'm glad you finally started dressing a little more like an officer of the RCM. Keep it up.
Your half-brother is proud to stand beside you.
Regular cop, regular clothes.
The lieutenant regards you for a moment, unsure whether you're making a joke or not, and if so, whether he should acknowledge.
You know the expression, the clothes make the man? The right outfit in the right situation can make all the difference in the world.
Okay, you're a sharp-dressed man. We
Let's
could be
not get ahead
stylized.
of ourselves, detective.
A warm smile.
Anyway, we should probably...
He likes us. He really likes us. Okay, so I get extra pain threshold and half-life. Or half-light. Let him sleep it off.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow of air, an empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence. Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branch. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance.
Who are the people who live
A
across
tub
the road?
warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern washing machine rattles a drawer full of silverware. His boyfriend is on his way home. He brings tins of meat and vegetables with him. Their pockets are heavier with money, but only slightly. Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost.
What about the road?
Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn. Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle, hurrying to work. The cold washes over you. The sound of the sea has grown distant. The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves.
Ooh, autosave. Let me see. Kick drum pulse. Music from somewhere on the ice. School fish huddle. Fence post. Drawbridge that can only be lowered from the other side. Shadow of a very large building following you. Dusty pews. Ooh, money. Enter shrouded in dark. St. Brune, 1147.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Expect
The carving
carpentry.
on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold. The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch.
Inspect the carpentry, look
the
at the
doors
door.
remain unchanged, closed with a padlock.
Take a closer
This
look at the
cheap-looking
padlock.
padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker.
Look at the
You
sticker.
see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead.
Have you seen this symbol before?
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
What does it look like to you?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
What is junior delinquency?
For Revachol said aussi, the moral intern defined junior delinquents as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law. These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of your officer's exams.
What is suggestive of
I
junior
haven't seen that
delinquency
sticker
here?
before, and I'm not a youth.
Let's try this.
There's nothing
Okay.
like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
In your ledger after the last
Looks
entry
like
where
today
it belongs.
was a gold star day.
Inspect the
The
staple.
padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least.
Rattle the
Nothing
doors to
happens,
see if they open.
only the sound.
I don't.
High above, the wind wraps the church in its rush, cold and wet from the ocean bay. It parts around the massive keel-shaped roof, like a test tunnel washing both sides, the way it has done for 340 years. The wind keeps its distance. So should you.
What is
There
this
is a
feel?
hole in my heart.
The lieutenant looks at the padlock. He didn't hear you asking. You were quiet enough. Nothing happened. High above,
Back up and
the
look at the
doors
door.
remain unchanged.
If you really think we should get in there, we need to find some other way.
Should we start with the kick drum
Yes,
coming from the
the
ice?
pulsing bass, an indication of junior delinquency.
Got it. Rusty gears. Barrel of fuel oil. And a chain that trails off into the ocean.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long...
What is this
It's
thing
military,
anyway?
a service depot of some sort.
Used to
Probably
service
something
what?
that is no longer there.
Let's walk away. That's a red check. I don't want to mess with that. I think. Whoops. Meant to see what the new shirt does. +1 rhetoric, and -1 empathy. So let me see. Of all of the checks I could unlock with the skill point I have right now, there's rhetoric, conceptualization, empathy, physical instruments, interfacing, composure, electrochemistry, composure, physical instruments. So I'm counting 3 physical instruments, 2 interfacing, one logic, 1 encyclopedia, 1 volition, 1 shares. So really, if I want to bump a skill right now, it should probably be physical instruments or interfacing. But neither of these skills are related to anything kind of related to the plot, so I'm actually thinking just kind of hold stuff for now. Cigarette butts, clean my rock. Take a mental note. Tiamon tree. Control box for the radio tower. A scarf. Tiny inlets there. Off distance. So this would replace our necktie, but we actually need the tie. So it seems like there's not really much to do out here. How do I actually quick travel? Is that a thing? Boardwalk rises to your south. So there's a boardwalk. So the only thing that's really back there is that like military base, which, if I'm being honest, we'll probably never be able to get into, but wouldn't hurt to try. Well, I guess I can also check this area out a little more, because it looked like it might have been bigger than I was actually able to explore. Or, no, it actually does look like it was just that one area. Unless, does this lead somewhere? It might. Big wine canister.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. The
What's that
lieutenant
smell?
has already...
ASAP, detective.
Something's not right here, you say.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash. trash.
Yeah,
2
the
empty
terror.
bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too.
A tragedy.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Yeah,
Whoever
the
toasted
cigarette
him
package.
was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. You
And
see
the
traces
kebab
of
wrapper.
mayonnaise and
The kebab
ketchup on it,
wrapper.
as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish kebab. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea.
Let's see here.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Study
He's
the man's
wearing
clothes.
mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining.
That's our
There are traces
guy.
of kebab sauce on his chest.
Search his
You
pockets.
find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Study
The
the man
man
himself.
has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine or 1.5 of spirits. When damp, these boards are really slippery. Even a sober man could lose their balance here. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last. There's
Study
some
the
dried blood
surroundings.
on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. Be very, very careful where you step here.
Yeah,
A
the
dry
man's
chunk
head.
of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
No, just this one. at the
Seems
back
like
of
the
the
head
head.
wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Examine the
A
bottle.
0.75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
True. It feels disrespectful.
And the
Grabowski's
chewing
spearmint
gum
chewing gum.
wrapper.
Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. The
Look at him.
blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop.
Ooh, that's dark. Step on
They
the floor.
screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet. The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Who is this
Looks
man?
like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
We know who this is. It's the working class woman's missing husband.
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband?
The leather jacket matches
The bright blue lining.
her description perfectly.
Well, he's definitely someone's husband.
What do you think happened
Death
here?
by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Do you think he was drunk?
Oh, yes.
About alcohol poisoning and liver
Some
failure?
symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the parks.
Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk.
They'll
It's
seal this
dangerous.
place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
Right.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should
From
we do
where
with
I
him?
stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
We found him. We should finish
All
this.
right. We should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
The library
Library
card
card.
is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Whoever
Look
owns this
inside.
card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too. If
The
lost,
backside.
please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours 900 to 1800.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if...
Okay. I think this will be a pretty quick task, but because we already know who that is, or we know someone who could probably identify him. But let's do this the way that Kim wants us to here, and let's go actually call it in. I suppose I could also be checking for some other way around here. Okay. I wish I had like a sprint or something where I could put points into a skill that lets me walk faster.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is
Pull out the
Precinct
radio.
57. How may I assist you?
Need to report a dead body on
One
the
moment.
Martinez boardwalk.
Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
The man was about
Middle-aged man
173
slipped, fall back.
centimeters tall, stout, with dark hair and a mustache. We suspect he might have been inebriated when he slipped. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
No, seems like it was an
No
accident.
field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card
Any
from his
information
pockets.
on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Magine.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking
I
the
have
case.
assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Connect me to Jamrock
Hold
Public
on,
Library.
officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
I'm looking for any information that you can provide on Billy Magine, a reader.
Billy Majon, you said.
Majon,
Give me a
sorry.
moment, I'll have to check our database.
On Moreau Drive in Central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on the desk. Behind him, a lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Here
home
we go,
address is
sir.
fine.
Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
I thought the smoker was in a different apartment. Do you have any other information on Billy
It says here
Magine?
that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Do you know someone who
Marie?
was?
Marie, do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day. Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
So Billy Majon is a woman, not a man. How did your colleague know it was
Marie
her husband?
knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
And then goes for a little drink later, on the lookout.
Do you know the husband's
Sorry, no.
name?
Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe to me what the husband looked like?
Marie? She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
Thank you, that's all from
Happy
me. I
we
have
could
no more
help.
questions.
Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me?
Done with the radio.
57, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering.
Close the door. I think our next move here is to talk to the lady. Oh, but the lady is not here. In that case, let's head to the apartments, I guess. See if we can go knock on the door in the daytime. Although I thought the smoker was in like apartment 18 or something. Maybe they mean like it's the same building as the smoker, but it's like a different, you know what I mean. Or maybe you don't. I'm wondering, I haven't saved in a while, what if the necktie like suddenly asks me to do the thing with the spirits? Maybe I will go ahead and save when we get in here, just to be safe. Yeah, I think just to be safe. Let's see. I'll just keep making other saves. I think to get to apartment 20, it was one of the ones on the balcony here.
A weathered brown door. Something smells good. Soup allongio. This is the door. You already know.
Don't knock. Just leave. You don't need this. You don't need to sad it up.
Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
Let's talk this through.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Do you have any advice on how to tell her he's...
Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice.
Okay. Alright, I think I'm ready.
The lieutenant motions toward...
Hello?
Knock.
Who is it?
And someone turns down the radio.
Is this Billy Méjean's home?
Police.
This is the police. Please open the door.
Give us a moment.
Tidying up. Nervously. There's fear in her voice.
Come in. The door is open.
Okay. This is going to be the lady who was reading outside the bookstore, right? Unless there's something real crazy going on here.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back? I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? tea, lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Thanks, but I'm
Is
alright.
this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what. No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
Ooh. Let's just do it.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
Ma'am, I'm very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Mijan, was found dead on the Martinet boardwalk.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Your husband is dead. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Oh, but he was just...
But he was just here, alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, man.
What
Ignore
happened
the
to him?
flashlight in your face right now. It was an accident. Fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head.
Was he drunk?
Alcohol may have played
I
a role,
see.
yes.
And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
But is that the bad response here? Like, I feel like honesty is the best policy here.
She blinks, eyes welling up with
2 days,
tears,
maybe.
as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
Here.
Is there anyone we could call for you, friend, family member, someone who could be here?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
It burns like acid.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
No, take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
That's probably the right thing. Thank you. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier. Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still... Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. Already, she starts to shake.
Again, I'm very sorry.
We should
man.
step outside and talk.
Set the library card by her, leave the room. Interesting. We're loading into a separate area or instance. I think I just heard the sound of an autosave.
You did well.
What now?
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day and let them know the name of the deceased.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
What about Billy and her kids?
They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
Right, this is closed then.
Let's go.
So, that was a bit of a dark storyline. I think order of operations for now, go back to the coast and keep exploring. I guess I could talk to Everart, but I think, you know what, we're close enough to Everart and the Union and stuff now. Let's go talk to them now. Like, better to talk now than later. So we solved that. She still won't talk to us. No, I'm very certain she has whatchamacallit. Our gun.
Right, 2, 1.
Where exactly
What's
are
it to
we
you?
from?
Am I a suspect? Don't know. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Worked at territory.
We're done.
Yep, we just won't talk to me. Okay, let's try. I guess as long as we're here, let's try the, what's it called?
The file cabinet stands steady as ever.
Come on.
You're trying hard, but the
Still
data here is
failing that
up the
check.
drawers. The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset. It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Sure, why not? Nothing tricky about that.
Were it not for the fact that my volition is already so high, I would just like put a point into it and try that again. But I sort of feel like there's better uses of that skill point. Like I could use it to bump up my authority so I could actually talk to Hardy. I could bump up interfacing and do a whole bunch of other checks. I could bump up my physical instruments and do a bunch of other checks. I think for now let's see if we can see Everart. Because Everart's pretty much the only like person related to the main case who I like haven't talked to today to like check if there's anything new. Money. See, do you have anything new to say?
Oh, hey, mister. No
Have some
trouble at all,
questions.
mister.
Okay, I'm off. Alright, Everart.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
How do you know my name?
Oh, I know everything about you, Harry. I have a big fat folder on you. Very juicy stuff. And the word on the street is your memory is a bit hazy. If that's true, maybe I can help you out. Do you a little favor, so to speak.
My memory is fine, don't worry
So
about
good
it.
to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you would have a spot of memory trouble, well, let's just say a fat juicy folder could really fill in the blanks.
It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Harry has some questions he needs answers to.
Let's talk of other matters for a
Of course,
moment.
Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me.
What's in that container that's
My
outside your
dear Harry,
office?
there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
There's something special about it. It was attached to the Kvalsund crane.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Let's talk about my lost
Yes,
gun.
your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Can you really
Who
hold
knows?
my gun
Only
hostage?
one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Will not be blackmailed with this
Harry,
gun business.
I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
I assure you, we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate, if inevitable, and doesn't.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands.
I'm gonna leave now. We might talk later. Where is the find your gun? Oh, did it get completed? Track down your gun. So I guess now they are... The vibe I'm getting is doing anything for Everard or letting Everard do anything for me is just going to make things that much harder for like getting the Union to give us anything to solve the case. So I'm leaning towards not not working with him. These load screens are long. I mean, asking about the container did...
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Let's try.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Getting physical wasn't...
Because what wasn't an option?
Using my body...
Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective.
Okay. Philosophical after hours, you say? Maybe I should come back here then. So, thought process now. Everart was not helpful. I mean, in terms of stuff we can do, it seems like I'm going back to the coast. There's just no other thing to do. I guess I could bump up my interfacing. And that would open up a few checks.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset.
Or...
The file cabinet stands steady as ever, and the unlocked drawer slides.
What other interfacing checks will there be? Padlocked door. And the mirror. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put a point into interfacing.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic. It's unclear whether you actually have. Undoubtedly. Sure, nothing tricky about that. You just...
Well, I tried. And now there are two other. Tell you what, while this is loading, let me see. Disco Elysium quick travel. Okay, I have maybe figured out how to fast travel. So if I open the map specifically in front of Kim's car, aha! So let's travel to the church.
Heavy wooden doors. A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
It's freezing, where is your hat?
Huh?
You should have a hat on.
You don't have to do anything.
I should, and I do.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
You should wear one if you plan on staying
Yeah,
outside in this
well.
weather.
Look, man, fuck the hat.
Your pulse, right? What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
This is not going to go well.
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
What's your
A
name?
cell.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness.
Why?
Your surname? From the police
Okay,
for the
it's
paperwork.
Berger.
You have little reason to doubt that's her real name, but she's not all that surprised by this cop show questioning, is she?
What's the device you have there?
It's a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the
Actually,
wires?
just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact
Contact
microphone?
mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
How
The
does
mic?
that thing work?
I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where did you get the
Same
mic
place
from?
I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
What's the
Oh
Palaceum?
man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds interesting. Who is
Oh
this
yeah,
Arno guy?
guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum-going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I
I
grind.
don't know what that means either.
Means I'm
That's
hip
cool.
beyond my years. You're right, time has
Sucks,
deserted
man.
me.
Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps?
Actually, I had some
Okay.
non-mic questions for you. What are you doing out here in this
Recording, I
cold?
guess.
And what is
I
you're
think
recording?
I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
What happened to the
My
headphones?
boyfriend sold them.
What
I don't
for?
know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Everything checks out, sire.
The
And what are the
musicians in the
recordings for, the
Palaceum
cracks,
use them
the
for making
footsteps?
music. They loop the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Just now.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be like a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, your call.
No man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
You said it's supposed to be a
That?
music place. What is it?
The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
This is where I
Yeah,
haven't come
maybe
in.
you were right about the hat.
I had some
Go
other
ahead.
questions. Tell me more about
It's
this
supposed
music
to
place you've
become
been
like
planning in
a
the
club
church.
for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah,
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for anodic music here. Not in a million years.
What is anodic
you
dance
know,
music?
anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Electronic instruments like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like, if it ever comes.
So you want to turn the
I
church
know.
into a club?
It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, you two are cops.
Yes, why do you
Okay,
ask?
well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right?
I'll talk
They're
to them.
inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else?
Did you put the padlock on the church door? No?
Not really, no.
So this isn't yours?
It's Noid's.
Is this Noid a friend of
Yeah,
yours?
I guess you could say that.
Why did this Noid
To keep more
person put a
weirdos from
padlock on
getting
the
in.
church door?
Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. It's got the worst weirdos. If you get around to it, ask Andre about them, he'll tell ya.
Should you? Weirdos. Sounds bad somehow.
Enough about the church,
Go
then I have
ahead.
another question. You seem surprisingly comfortable with being questioned.
Well,
Why
it's
is
just
that?
questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do.
Have
Once
you
or
been
twice,
questioned
yeah.
before?
I'm sorry I haven't had the Revershaw experience they get east of the river.
What's east of the river?
Rich people. Rich people are east of the river.
Hmm. Oh, okay, good to
Yeah.
know. What trouble have you
The
gotten into
usual.
with the police?
I had a shitty run as a teenager.
What's the
You
usual?
know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out your parents' place at 13. In Forberg.
What is in
Is this a
Fallberg?
rhetorical question?
Why did you need to move
My
out
dad
at such
was
a
a drunk.
tender age?
Plus, I guess, I just wanted to drink too, you know. Get my party on.
I have
Go
another
ahead.
question. Let's try it.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath you...
Actually, that's it
Okay.
for now. Okay, so here's the tent thing they talked about. Trash, hole, markings.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Okay, let's just get a read on our surroundings first. Noise of Ultra, speaker. I think we should just speak to Andre.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead. Egg! Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
How many music venues have
We
you
have many in the
organized?
pipeline, officer.
Why are you
see,
here?
we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Honest for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part. place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noit's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Was there something you wanted? Your friend Estelle said there was a problem with the church.
Ah, so you've met her. Good, good. Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads! Burnouts!
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Reversholt.
Strike that! The world!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are.
What kind?
The spooky kind.
What exactly do you mean by
I
spooky?
was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll look into it, tell me
All
more.
right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Estelle told me Noid put the padlock on the door. Why?
I did ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in a hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
I need the key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
It's as if time is frozen somehow.
Ooh.
You think you can sense the key. Blam! Straight in the eye. A stabbing pain.
Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got overexcited.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry.
I really am sorry, man.
Wow, looks like there's quite a lot there.
I don't need your money.
The key?
He is shifting in his...
We were talking about the padlock, I think.
How long have the people been locked in
Not
there?
long. Like a week, maybe?
How can you be sure they haven't starved to
I'm
death?
super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
85% is not good enough when you're dealing with
Okay,
another
I'm
person's
sorry.
physical well-being.
I'm sorry too. I guess it wasn't very hardcore of us to just lock them in like that.
Me too. I shouldn't have that.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Exactly are these people
Truth
inside the
is,
church?
I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
Better safe than sorry. Anything more you can tell me?
There's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines like...
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
But you haven't physically
Not
seen
exactly.
anyone?
We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church a couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kind of it.
Was that about something watching
Like,
you?
you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Non-human means a predator.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crab man?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling.
Like a
It
crab.
was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Are you sure that
yeah,
was a crab
totally.
man?
I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should ask her about it, but be nice.
The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before entering that dark building.
Can you tell me more about this
You
machine?
should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
Talk to
Good
Noid
idea.
then. How can you be sure they're bonets and
Well,
dope heads if
honestly,
you haven't
I
even seen them?
can't, but I am.
Why not? Let's go with that.
I don't see a single thing
I'm
wrong with that.
70% sure they're substance users. Don't let the tech...
Alright, let's talk about something
Sure.
else.
What?
Since I have
Oh
equipment
yeah,
at
that's a meteor
Ecclesiastes.
name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
Before we go on,
You know,
by
of
Meteor.
Meteo. Concerning Meteo.
Meteo?
Meteo, a country on Muindi, on the Muindi Isla.
What is the founding
Come
party?
to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And?
And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no?
It doesn't sound like they'd appreciate a dance
You're
club in
totally
their church.
wrong about that.
The Pericarnassian church is about love, and Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance. Love is hardcore.
Unity.
Unity.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
No words, enjoy the
Feels
beat.
good.
Yeah, let's just go along with them.
Yakokata, the place to be.
He seems ecstatic that you share.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise.
The one with the large head is
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen! Bring the disco into this world! Get this church shit on, and then dance there, motherfucker!
Yes.
Ask.
What?
All the Nosafed.
The what now?
The Nosafed Ultra, you have a lot of it laying around.
Oh, the old Ultra. I have a major sinus infection, stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
You sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Ah. I have some too, I have some nose problems.
Sure. Here you go, officer. The
So you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled too.
Oh, it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
Alright, enough of this.
He nods enthusiastically. No doubt, a little relieved.
Maybe everything isn't quite as you've been told. Take a moment to analyze.
Okay, so the speed freak, the gist of it is, they want to turn the church into a club, but a suspicious element has overtaken the building. It's very important to understand what the gist of things is. Always consult the gist. Plus, and it has to be considered, you can't invent the future of the...
That's it for now.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring. Yes,
What?
my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown.
What is this, picking on me for not being crazy enough? That's the
No
least of my
need to be
concerns.
defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal. A very standard appeal. Of course you do. And maybe some black shoes or a pristine white shirt to go with that. It's official. My lord's copper type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out telefax.
Why not? Send out the telefax. I'm
Done
not
and
ashamed.
done. No actual communiques will be sent. A young man with, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous...
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega!
Alright.
Here comes the night!
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths?
Let me see.
This is hardcore.
Is it?
It's hardcore!
I don't know what to say to that.
Skibber-dee, skibber-danger. I am the rearranger.
Your cop training did not...
Back to the heavyweight jam. Hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!
Just going to keep saying
Your cop
hardcore.
train.
I will find a way. Say nothing. What is it? No. Yeah.
Lakierski materialski! True, hard, full, car! Hardcore! Yeah! Spinning out lyrics since the day I was born.
So yeah, anti-rain things.
And the amount of lyrics I got is against the law. We're close. True, hard, full, car!
Is it?
It's hardcore! Skip. True.
Say nothing. Still say
Hardcore to the
nothing.
mega.
Say
Internally
nothing.
coherent.
I was wondering if you
Good
knew.
morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yakokata, the place to be.
Where's your
Yakokata.
Kokata?
True.
Say nothing. Still say nothing. Still say
Internally
nothing.
coherent.
Still say nothing.
All right. Yeah.
He
Say nothing.
furrows his brow.
Hardcore. Ah.
So
Is it
hardcore.
though?
It is.
What is it? I mean, really.
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I was
I am
thinking
the
that
Mike
too.
Enforcer.
Let's just try talking
So
to
you had a
Lloyd.
talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Lloyd. Good. It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
I saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me anything
sticker?
about it?
You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
It's this one. Are you familiar with it?
Seems like my creation has found its way into the legal bureaucracy. What did you want?
What's it supposed to
The
be?
dead guy smiling.
And what does it mean? Why is the dead guy
He defeated
smiling?
history. We are living in the age of history, and in the present moment, and in life are the hardcore. The
Hardcore
hardcore,
spells death.
or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
Or drugged out of his mind, come to think of it.
Thinking this mind, that
Yeah,
guy, the symbol for
that
common.
interpretation holds.
He's
I
exhausted the
guess one
subject.
could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
Tell me about the machines you saw in the
Weird
church.
stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
Supernatural.
Most of it doesn't exist, but there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist, because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human.
Okay. What about... Okay, padlocked door. That has refreshed for some reason. Wall. Okay. Still waiting. Okay. Oh, we should ask her about...
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us?
I'll help you,
Great.
alright.
Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting
You
for
just told me you
weeks
went
here.
inside the church. What did you see
Oh,
in there?
that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me...
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still. And then,
Go
you
on.
know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
What did this crab
It
man
was
look
too
like?
dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
You were wrong, I do
Why?
believe you. What would you stand to
Nothing.
gain?
Anyway, what else?
Do you
My
know more about your
associates.
associates?
I haven't got much to say about them.
What do you mean? You must know
Of course
something
I
about
do.
them.
I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
What about you?
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Okay,
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but
that's it for now. Okay. So... just out of curiosity, what's up this way? Is this just all gonna lead? Okay, that's just blank land. Here's what I'm thinking. I think going into this church is actually going to probably set off like a whole sequence of events, so it's probably a good idea to save here and call it. So thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. I will see you on Wednesday for some more Persona 3. Talk to you then. Good night, High Scott.